Good evening, dear tutor. We are the group number 8, and this is our presentation.
The importance of hypotheses in quantitative research. Constructing the hypothesis is the key aspect when starting a research study and formulating the research problem because it helps to clearly see the objective. Depending on the type of investigation, having a hypothesis is not necessary for research. The objectives of the hypothesis in quantitative research are decisive and determinating to make a clear, concrete, and viable hypothesis. A hypothesis must be precise and concrete. A hypothesis has to have the following characteristics. A hypothesis must state the expected relationship between variables. A hypothesis must be testable. A hypothesis must be consistent with the prior existing knowledge.
How to arrive at a hypothesis in quantitative research. In the inductive method, researchers first observe, think about the problem, then review the literature to verify the evidence, make observation, and then formulate a hypothesis related to the observed behavior. The deductive hypothesis consists of a general statement that leads the researcher to examine the possibilities of reaching a specific or logical conclusion through the use of a deductive reasoning. Types of hypotheses: simple hypothesis, complex hypothesis, research hypothesis, null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, logical hypothesis, and statistical hypothesis. Hypothesis testing involves the following steps: write the hypothesis, create the analysis plan, analyze the data, interpret the result.
A research design definition. A research design can be defined as a plan of research methods for obtaining objective answers to research questions. The type of research is given by the design of research topic. That's why types of research are survey, correlation, and quasi-experimental, while types of research design are data collecting, measurement, and analysis. The research design has three main topics: the fundamental, the characteristics, and the functions. The fundamental of research design are acquired, proposed statements, techniques, the method applied, the type of research, the timelines, and the locations. And the characteristics of the science. The most important characteristics are neutrality, that means opinions and position doesn't affect it, and reliability is a way of evaluating the quality of method. Validity refers the way how results represent reality, and generalization is when result can be applied to all population. And finally, the function. There are two important functions. The first one, the control and operational plan, and the second one, to ensure that these procedures are suitable now to get valid.
A brief summary of quantitative research design. Well, in quantitative research design, there are two types of research design. The first is experimental design that allows to identify and quantify the cause and effect within an experimental study. Meanwhile, the non-experimental design is one that is carried out without deliberating, manipulating variables. These designs are generally applied to large sample of people with a limited choice of response. You can also add other to fit the opinion of the responses of the respondent. Finally, a design will be selected based on the research objective of the study. Important concepts concerning research design. The most important concepts are variables. Variables are concepts to which quantitative values are assigned to be measured among there are independent, dependent, continuous, discrete, strange, and predictor variables. Experimental error. It is anything that affects the dependent variables. Control. Action of minimizing the effect of the variable. Confounded relationship. It is influenced by a forbidden variables or variables. Research hypothesis, it is prediction about the relationship between variables and proven by scientific method. Experimental and non-experimental. Hypothesis, testing, research. It is action of testing a research hypothesis in the groups, the control and experimental group. Treatments. Treatments are the different conditions of investigation. An experiment, it is the process of verifying if a hypothesis is true or not.
How to plan a quantitative research experimental design. The objective are formulate to know what and who to carry out the research. This leads to making the hypothesis to be tested. We choose which experimental design to use. We measure the before and after the test to guarantee the validity of the result. People with similar characteristics are the randomly assigned to groups to reduce bias. The result are analyzed with activities or the analysis of variance to determine if there are noted difference between the control group and the experimental group. The main advantage of experimental research is the manipulation of variables and control of external factors in any circumstance. The disadvantage is that errors such be such that they affect the research design itself can occur, causing the research study of the repeat. Thank you.